everyone, it's Cindy. I have a couple of things I want to share with you. First of all, I purchased this morning on Facebook Marketplace. I saw it. Sent her a message, asked if it was still available, and she said yes. She wanted 15. I offered her 12. She said sure. And my husband went and picked it up for me. So she had included these vintage stamps with it. They have local business information on them. And so I think they'll be fun in collage. And then there were 3 empty slots, and I put my logo stamp, and this phrase stamp, and the ink dauber that I use, or the ink blender, I guess it's more correct to say, that I use with Vintage Photo all the time. So it's always sort of rolling around on my desk, and so I'm happy to have its own little home up here on my shelf. And it looks cute, and it's out of the way, and yet ready whenever I want it. I've been keeping busy the last couple of weeks. I finished the Big Herb book and got that listed, and then I thought, okay, I had a couple of sales on my Etsy shop last week, and my husband said one of them had to be taken to the post office and weighed, and he is, of course, my legs for that sort of thing, and he said, you know, I really don't want to be doing that right now. He said it's just not fun, so I put my shop on vacation, and I don't want to be making a bunch of books to have to list when I finally open my shop, so I'm sort of taking a break from that, but I want to be sort of in prep mode. And I always am moaning about how many tags I have to make for every book, and so, I like to put about 20 in each book, and sometimes when I set myself up and make 5 or 6 books at a time, that's a lot of tags to come up with. So I look at other junk journalers, and they make tags ahead, and I think, wow, I can barely keep up with what I'm doing, but this is a good time to do tags. So I've been doing them a bunch of different ways. The main way has been with collage, and this is a method I learned from Gail Agostinelli, and she heard it from somebody else, and the name escapes me at the moment. I'm going to link Gail's video below, but she uses book pages and just starts, putting bits and pieces on the page, and then she says her limit is 5 pages, and I've done that as well. And you just set your pages side by side, butting them up against one another, and you take your little bit of whatever it is you want to collage. And this is another one of my Gail stolen pieces. I use a book that isn't much good for anything. It's a paperback, or you can use the guts of a book that you use the cover from or whatever, and you just rip the pages off as you gunk them up and set them aside to be used as tag bases or whatever. So this is a piece of paint chip, and I'm just going to use it to hold these 2 pieces together, and I can extend my pages. So yeah, that's how you do it, and you just keep on going. And I've done this over and over. I did it several on book page. I did some other on some really old book page that got a really neat look on the background. And then I did some on just cardstock. I did craft, I did cream, I did black. And I came up with this here pile of tags, plus I sat yesterday and finished some of the tags. So I also have this pile of tags. So this was the total pile. A lot of tags. I think there's over 100. But what you do is when you finish this, when you're collaging all this, then you just start cutting it up into tag sizes. You can, make them the full page height, or you can cut them off, or you can, turn it the other way and cut it however you want to do it. So let me just show you some of these pieces that I just, and I can show you what they were on. This is a little short one that I'm going to make into a tiny tag. This was actually one of those folded up book pages. Well, no, it's not. It's from this. Because it's the same color. No, it's not a folded up book page, but it's about that size. And you can just see there's some tissue paper that didn't want to stay down. I'm just going to take it off. a bunch of different paste. There's a doily, some graph paper, some tissue that I stamped on. This is actually a bit of paper from the herb book. This one has some various bits and pieces. This is some book page, some a guest tag or a guest check kind of thing, some music paper, and that was on black. And of course I would back that with coffee dye paper when it was time to use it. So I just get these bases. Here's one where I took, this is a library card, catalog card, and I just made it into a pocket with a little pleat on the side, so you could just put anything in there. These are other things. I'll lay them aside for the moment. A tiny tag. Here's some that I did on ivory cardstock. And let's see, craft. And just all kinds of. I just threw some of the paper that I had stamped on each of these, and will, doctor them up as I go along. And then here are some of the book page ones. And they're much more flexible. But I think that they're pretty cool. And I'll show you some of my finished tags so you can see where you can go with them. I also was playing with an idea from Diane at a Pretty Pink Cottage. She had bought, a long time ago, she said, years ago, she had bought a roll of cork sheet to make for embellishments, and then she never used it. So she brought it out and was stamping on it, and I thought it was a really cool idea, so I had an order to go. I needed some stuff from Amazon, and I added this to my basket, and this is how it comes, just so it just comes like this, and I just cut off a piece, and you can see where my cutting was kind of crazy, but it didn't matter. And then I just used my Field Note stamp set from Tim Holtz and started stamping like crazy, and then adding other embellishments. There's a stamp and a little bit of cotton, and I think that was pretty cool. This one I just added a sticker. There was lots of stamping on top. Every time I had a stamp that I was using on another card, I stamped it off on here. So it has lots of textures that way, and I just put a little sticker. Let's see. Oh, these are the ones I do. This one I added a little bit of lace and fabric here. I pleated the fabric and put a little piece of lace, stamped it here, a piece of lace here, and then the cork piece there. I like that a lot. This one is actually the packaging from a Tim Holtz embellishment of some kind, and I just covered it with coffee dye paper on the back, and did some collaging on the front, and then I stamped the Field Note stamp there, put some seam tape there, and a little piece of copper tape just for kicks. More copper tape and a washi sticker that I bought on eBay, and the stamp cork. This one has, it's actually a Disneyland ticket from the era that I went to Disneyland when I was 9 years old. And a piece of, a little piece of cork there, and I think that was pretty cool. This one, I got out some Bo Bunny stamps. This is another Tim Holtz piece, packaging, and I stamped this stamp on that. So I just dug out some other stamps to put on there. So it's my stamp tag. You get the idea. This is an old medicine label for paregoric, and another one of those cork pieces. So, yeah. Some tiny tags. I just put little tabs on. Another one. This one is not cork, obviously. It's a little piece that I had punched out from a book I was making using a die that I have, a Biggs die that makes a little mini traveler's notebook. And you punch this out for your own label, but I didn't use it on that book, so I just had it in my little scrap barrel and pulled it out the other day and put it on there. And I love this stamp set, this Tim Holtz Field Note stamp set. If you don't have it, you really ought to get it. It's wonderful. So much fun, and you can use it in so many ways. And then finally, this one is not, I didn't do the collaging on, I just did it directly onto this piece of packaging. It was from some stamps or some stickers that I got off of eBay. So there was Chinese writing up here, and I wanted to cover that up, so I just layered a sticker onto some cardstock. Here's some vintage ledger paper and a sticker, and another washi sticker there. And I just put paper on the back for journaling. So, yeah, that's how you can use them. And, you know, it's a great stash builder, because my stash needed to be built up. And I'm going to continue to do that for a while, because I always run short of tags. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I have a good pile. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing to keep myself busy. It's Saturday, the 19th, 20th, what is it? It's only the 18th, I think. Is it? I don't even know what day it is. It's Saturday. The Saturday after Easter is what it is. You know, I have previously made envelopes and packaging out of wallpaper samples, and I just was playing around and made some little coin envelopes out of them. And so I'm going to be decorating those up as well. That's why they're with this pile. And I was fooling around with sizes. My first one was this one, and it's a nice size, but it's not really, you know, it doesn't have that coin envelope feel, so I got it down to about there. So I'm going to decorate those and get them made up for little tuck spots or whatever. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and we're holding up well with the quarantine, isolation, social distancing, isolation, whatever you want to call this thing we're all doing. I could stand to see my kids, all of them. I did see my grandkids on Easter Day. They took me on a tour of their new house they just moved into a couple of weeks ago, and Tarek about made me dizzy with whirling around in these rooms with the camera, or the phone, I should say, and then my sister and my niece brought little Cooper up to see us on Easter afternoon. She had a sign outside my bedroom window that said, "Happy Easter, Aunt Cindy," and then they brought me some Linder truffles, and so that was nice. So yeah, it hasn't been all bad. I do miss my son. We talked to his wife on Easter night, and she was getting ready for work. She's a respiratory therapist, so she's essential personnel. So yeah, that's about it. So please like, comment, subscribe, come back, and thanks for watching.